Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And will boot it away to get this one started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Making checks. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And back to the air on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Wilkins. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This is a designed run. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Cornhuskers headed quickly to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Okay, ready? On the ready. Ready.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Wilkins. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Huskers are moving quickly down the field.
Let's go! Let's go!
He leaves it with his back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Pace, 27, ready!
to fire. Right down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long.
22, water.
Quarterback making adjustments. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He's looking deep. Makes the grab. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
He's looking to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking deep. Hauls it in down the sideline. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. A first down run on the doorstep. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. There he goes. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Offense getting set for first down. Looking for room. It's Lincoln. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Now this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the first. Back to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Four base bang. Down.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here. I'm looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. That's got it. Touchdown, Cornhusker. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to San Diego State. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Clemson has their paws on it. They'll send out the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Leaves it with the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Lewis wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Tigers moving quickly to the line. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him...
Touchdown, Clemson! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game, because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Second down, they'll go to the air. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. Got room at the 35. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They go to the ground. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Nebraska! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Lewis to throw. Fires to the right. It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Reads it, fires complete. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Clemson is quick to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready.
He uncorks one deep. He's got it, and he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the 1st half. Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Gets the back moving. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got his man to the left, and they get him down.
And that throw was a bullet by the quarterback on that curl route in zone coverage. And how about the anticipation? He gets rid of this pass before his receiver is even turned around. I love it.
The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He wants to change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Rifles it down the middle. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. The Huskers will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking left. Makes the grab. It's Rooks. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Lewis wants to pass. Fires on the move. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Might be changing the route. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Trying to beat the D deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Husker! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Well, Lil Red's probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like habit. Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Lewis to throw. Finds the tight end. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him.
He's going for it all. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Huskers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Lewis wants to pass. Using the quick game. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back. And as an added bonus, they get the first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Clemson set up with another first down. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air on second down. Gonna let it fly. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a third down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to get to keep his offense on the field.
The give to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the inside. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On the move. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down.
Brought down at the 14-yard line. And first down for the offense.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. From the gun, the give, looking for room. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Lewis to throw. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. He's got it down the middle, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Motion from the wideout. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Lewis wants to pass. He's got the tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. Inside the 40. Past the 30. The 10. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defensive line stands on the result of the play. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to San Diego State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Out of the gun, the inside give. Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On first down, here comes this offense. Lewis to throw. Grabs it in the middle. Strong, firm tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his back in the middle. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give out of the gun. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So first down will open up the final period. Lewis wants to pass. Snags it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the running back has it. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Quick release by the QB. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the 4th quarter. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He rifles one deep down the middle.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He's looking to throw. He's taking the shot. Makes the catch on the back. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
On the run, it's Lincoln.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Lincoln. Oh, look out. The ball's free. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
The Cornhuskers are flying down the field.
22 water. 22 water.
The run to the right.
That is such a nice example of the defense reading and reacting and locating the football on the sweep play. They weren't fooled at all. They knew they were trying to go to the outside. They got leverage, corralled the back, got him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The offense changing the play.
Okay, ready.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. With the catch, it's Floyd. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
He's looking to pass. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Lincoln. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here.
Ready. Cooking.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And after that incompletion, as a play caller, you need to go back to the well. You can't be afraid to call what has already worked well in this game for you. You've got a tie game. You've had a lot of success, whether it's been running or whether it's been throwing. Think about the playmakers that have stepped up in this game, and don't be afraid to double back and call something that had success earlier in the game.
Smashes it between the uprights. And they have surged on top here in the final 2 minutes. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to San Diego State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The run from the shotgun. Runs through a tackle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now. And I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play call.
Lewis to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Running into the open space. There he goes. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they started, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the ball.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He might want another play. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation.